här killen stod för veckans snyggaste mål.
And he whacked at it out of midair. What a goal by Jaromir Jagr. That will go down as one of the great highlight goals of all time for Jaromir, number 68. Unbelievable. Not even Mario Lemieux has scored a goal like that. That is incredible.
Nu ska vi titta närmare på en svensk spelare som motståndarna älskar att hata. New York Rangers Ulf Samuelsson.
He plays that in-your-face style, and he knows all the dirty tricks of the trade.
Does he use dirty tactics, would you say, in the game?
Well, yeah, he does. Crazy. That's the word.
Ask how many people who play against him like him. They all hate him.
Everybody hates Ulf. That's common knowledge. When he's on the ice, he's a jerk. He's a good player, but he's still a jerk.
The type of player, I mean, you've heard this from in every sport, the kind of player that you hate to play against, but you love to have on your team.
Well, I think that's the greatest compliment you can get, because if you get that from the guys within your room, you know you're battling for them and for the same purpose, to win the hockey game. And my methods might be a little different than Brian Leach, for example. I mean, he's obviously gifted with a lot more skill than I am. So I just compete in my own little way.
Samuelsson ledde sin NHL-karriär i Hartford Whalers 1984. Sen kom han till Pittsburgh säsongen 90-91 innan han kom till New York Rangers 1995. Han har alltid varit känd och ökänd för sin aggressiva spelstil.
Well, everything has a purpose. I mean, I don't enjoy hurting people or anything like that. I mean, I just like to throw people off a little bit if I can. If you can get a little bit of an edge, a guy taking his focus off his job on the ice, instead maybe want to take a run at me or give me a whack, and all of a sudden the split second has gone by and he's too late for a scoring opportunity. I feel like I've done a lot then. You just have to be in their face all the time, every shift. You have to be on your toes, and you have to play hard every second you're out there, because they don't need many seconds to produce nowadays.
Han är alla motståndares fasa, men under ett besök på träningen ser vi att även hans egna medspelare riskerar att få en släng av sleven. Oavsett om det handlar om rookien Steve Savard eller Uffes gamle kompis Kevin Stevens, så behåller han definitivt respekten.
He's one of those guys that always wants to fool around in practice, and sometimes he's a coach's nightmare in practice. If you can see that, then he drives the coaches not as much as the players.
Well, sometimes it's hard in practice because you play in different situations, and all of a sudden your instincts takes over, and you maybe hit a little harder than you're supposed to be, and especially against Kevin, it seems to always happen, and he gets mad at me, and then we start to wrestle a little bit. But I just really enjoy practicing. I just make sure I'll stay within the guidelines of Makler, otherwise he'll get mad at me, and that's no good.
Han är mån om sitt rykte på isen och om sitt yttre utanför rinken. Visste ni att Tuffe Uffe är fåfäng om inte hänger med på en ansiktsbehandling?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
All right, thank you.
I'm here for a facial.
That will be the 9th floor, Mr. Samuelsson.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
There's definitely an art to giving a good facial.
Samuelsson will always knock the guy's helmet over his eyes. See what he did there? Twice he knocked Mellanby's helmet forward over his eyes.
The way you use your hand is very important.
Look at Olfie. He just does it his way, doesn't he?
Some people get really steamed during a facial.
Samuelsson. This guy is one piece of work, folks.
We'll start off with a basic number one. It's from under the chin, up, pinch the nose a little bit, and over the eyes. And then you have from the behind. You go from behind, drag a little bit of the helmet with you over the eyes, and then you pull your hand down over the face. And then if there's someone you really don't like, you take the right hand and bring a little piece of the stick up with you, just a little bit into the face. You don't want to leave any evidence. Now that's a good facial.
Härnäst landar vi hos den gamla hjälten i Montreal, Maurice Richard.
We're at the Maurice Richard Museum at Maurice Richard Arena, joined by the Rocket himself. And Maurice, it's a wonderful place. that people can come and relive so many of the magical moments that you gave to all the fans. This is a great place.
Well, I was really happy when they asked me to make a kind of museum for myself. I had that at home and I was fed up with it. I was happy when you told me you're going to bring that here at the Maurice Richard Arena.
So it made some more room in your house then. You moved everything here.
No doubt about that.
Well, it's amazing, the 5 Stanley Cups that you won consecutively. That was quite an amazing feat.
Oh, yeah. It was quite a finish I finished my career in 1960. That was 55 to 60.
This case is my favorite.
Yeah, well, that's the old photo that I played with, skate.
And some of your sticks here.
There's a friend of mine that made that trophy.
Oh, well, this one right here with your number on it.
The number on it.
The Rocket, 480.
480.
You were part of one of hockey's greatest dynasties. Did you guys realize at the time you were winning all those Stanley Cups consecutively, the magnitude of what you were doing?
No, I don't realize that. I was happy to score goals. The only thing I had in mind is to win the game and score a few goals. And the dynasty of the Canadian, there's no doubt about it. There was a lot of good hockey players, better than I was, but I was the one that was working hardest.
The National Hockey League has named a trophy after you, the Maurice Richard Trophy, and it is going to be awarded to the season's leading goal scorer. That has got to be quite an honor.
Yeah, it's quite an honor, no doubt about it. But it's not me that asked for that. It's a newspaperman, Tom LaPointe. He went to see the president of the league, Gary Bettman, with the 4,000 or 5,000 signatures that they should do that. And Ronald Corey, too, the general manager of Montreal, he went to see most of the owner, and I think everybody, 90% or 99% was in favor of that.
The night that the Forum closed, and I remember the ovation that you got, people clapping for a very long time. What were you feeling then in your heart? What were you feeling?
I was feeling bad on the ice, no doubt about that. I enjoy the applause and the cheering. I never thought it was going to be like that. I don't know why. I cry a little bit. And my wife was on the bench too far from me. I looked at her and I started crying with her.
Oh, sweet. All right, Maurice, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
San Joses plockvillige keeper Steven Shields. Här möter ni honom.
I'd like a cafe mocha and a cup. Steve Shields? What are you doing back there?
I'll just get my morning coffee before practice.
Is it like a part-time job for you?
Well, in between starts, I like to come up here and volunteer my time, make coffee for everybody.
Meet
when I
the
get
fans.
the chance, meet the fans between periods.
It's kind of cool that you guys get to come up here. I mean, this Cyber Cafe is in the San Jose Arena. That's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that because we're in the technology capital of the world, it's a great opportunity for people to come up and check out their latest stats and their favorite players up here in the cafe.
I bet the Steve Shields website's where you hit the most, huh?
Probably. They love me up here.
Let's go take a look. I want to see how this works.
Okay, so this is it, Dan. We're sitting here at the computer and we just give it a touch. You have your options. What do you feel like doing?
Oh, the Sharks.
Sharks?
Let's find you. Oh, there you are.
I am up here.
Top, center, right in the middle. 6'3", 210. Okay. All right, now look at this. You've shared the pipes with two-time Hart and Vezina Trophy winner Hasek, two-time Stanley Cup winner Mike Vernon. What do you take from playing with those guys?
Besides splinters out of your butt with playing with Dominic, I think that basically I learned how to play a lot better and learned a lot of things from Dominic. And also I'll probably learn a lot from Mike just watching him every day and just basically how competitive they are and how they play under pressure.
I want to see what the coach says about his new goaltender.
I think that adding Steve Shields in goal gives us an opportunity to play a quality young goaltender and give Mike Vernon fewer games, which hopefully helps him down the stretch and in the playoffs.
That's very cool.
Does that mean I'm not playing in the playoffs?
Well, I don't know. It depends how you play, I guess, during the season. Okay. What else can we do here? Oh, great moments on video.
Let's see that. What did I see last time? That Bernie Nichols hit.
Okay. So easy.
Stars on the attack. Marshall drop for chance.
I come up here all the time and just watch this. I love this hit.
It's a pretty amazing hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
everything into Chris Cancel, and there are bells
See Bernie
ringing in
showing
the
his
center of
strength.
the ice as the Dallas Stars
Look at that.
forward
And
is
Tansel
down and
is
out.
an ex-teammate. Well, okay, when are they going to put up your great moment in Sharks history?
Up the right side, Jesus fires a shot that trickles to the front of the net, and Steve Shields with the save of the game, and maybe his save of the season. How good was that save by Steve Shields?
I know when you come on the web, you obviously don't want to look at the fans' website, you know, when they say, oh, Shields didn't play really well. What do you do? What do you log into?
Geez, well, I go anywhere from checking out the sports to the news to all the investment news. I like to keep track of that. And I'm into health and fitness, so I stay involved in that.
What do you mean investment news? No one's going to believe that a goaltender in the NHL is logging on for his investments.
Steve Shields coming up with another brilliant save.
When it is time for a career change, other than serving coffee, I can also hopefully invest my own money.
Svenskarna är hetare än någonsin i NHL. Extra mycket utrymme för blågult den här eftermiddagen. Vi börjar med att titta på Bostons Per-Johan Axelsson.
Gets the defenseman's stick and he gives up the goal to P.J. Axelsson. Carter in front, Axelsson score!
7 mål och 10 målgivande passningar placerar Axelsson på 10:e plats i Bostons interna poängliga. Ännu bättre går det för Ottawas Daniel Alfredsson trots att han missat många matcher på grund av skador.
Alfredsson, the injury-prone winger. Backhand, one score! He goes through a backhander at the net.
Johansson for Alfredsson, under the save of the rebound, scores! Daniel Alfredsson. Jason York moving in, shooting, save, rebound, score! Alfredsson, and he's broken the tie.
8 i Ottawas poängliga med 28 poäng. Patrik Kjellberg har också hittat formen i sitt Nashville Predators.
Kjellberg comes in, crossing with Turcotte, his shot. That was up the rebound. Kjellberg scores on the rebound and Turcotte shot. Winds it around for Kjellberg. In front for running, and he scores! Patrick Kjellberg, what a play on the backhand pass. Back on the right side for Heward, his shot knocked down by Haller. And Kjellberg scores! Kjellberg got the rebound. Thrown ahead to Ronning. Ronning 2-on-1 with Kjellberg against Mironov. Ronning looking at Kjellberg, but he scores!
6 attackers for the Predators as they continue that way, down 3-2. The goal now. Kjellberg jammed it in off the Johnson pass.
Stockholman är 5 i Nashvilles poängliga med 31 poäng. Och Thomas Sandström numera i Anaheim har gjort 25 poäng den här säsongen.
One against Slager. He's got Sandström in front of the net. Thomas Sandström set up by Teemu Solani.
He avoids the bump, but a one-time shot, they score! Thomas Sandström! Marty McGinnis in, Dandino behind him, shot, save, shot, score! Thomas Sandström!
Here comes Thomas Sandström on the penalty shot.
Score!
Nu ska vi träffa en av ligans kanske mest underskattade spelare, Washingtons Adam Oates.
Being joined now by Washington Capitals center Adam Oates, and first off, congratulations on today's win over the Penguins. You know, I saw you earlier spending some time with the kids who are here to participate in the Willie O'Ree weekend, and you know, looking at them, it's got to remind you of your days back in Canada as a youngster growing up dreaming of playing in the NHL.
Yeah, it really does, and you know, you get the opportunity to talk to them a little bit before the game, but you know, growing up, I started playing when I was 4. I followed my brother around, who was a few years older than me, and we were just rink rats. We played all the time.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to be a professional hockey player?
Well, I mean, that's kind of an easy question. Like most Canadian kids, it's all I've ever thought of.
But there was a time that you must have been thinking, wait, I'm chasing this NHL dream. It's not going to happen. Did you ever think about what you would do with your life?
You know, I really didn't, and I had some very close calls. I was very lucky, and you know, my father and I wore it because, you know, he wanted me to really pay attention to school, and for a period of time there, I was kind of a bit of a punk, and all I cared about was hockey, and the schooling came secondary, and I was working in a gas station.
So you're working in a gas station in Canada. How old are you?
Like 17.
How do you end up racking up over 1,000 points in the NHL?
A lot of luck. You know, I was, as I said, I was out of school, and then I got scouted to go to college, and they said if you get your grades up, you know, we'll give you a scholarship. And I did. I went back to school, got my grades, went to a school where the coach there was really a guy that I needed. I was really kind of undisciplined as a person then, and he made me mature as a person and as a player. And I didn't get drafted. I signed with Detroit out of college, and kind of the rest is history.
After you left RPI, you did go back for night classes, right? In management, business management. Why did you do that?
Well, I think that was my parents. You know, I did spend 3 years there, put a lot of time in, and I was academically on time, and they just said, you know, you've come 3/4 of the way, why not finish?
You've got a couple of businesses going in addition to your successful hockey career. Tell me about old-time hockey.
Well, old-time hockey is an idea that a buddy of mine thought of a few years ago when the NHL was wearing their anniversary issue, or the original 6 jerseys. My buddies formed a company, and they're doing it.
Now, an interesting thing about the company is I know that some of the profits go to NHL alumni, correct?
Yeah, a percentage of every sale is going to the NHL Emergency Fund, or Players in Need, and for players who didn't get the breaks that we've gotten, you know, salaries have risen so much recently, and for somebody in need, we're going to, you know, send a percentage to those players.
Throughout your career, you've set up some great goal scorers. I mean, Peter Bondra here, and Brett Hull, and Ray Bourque, and Cam Neely. How do you view your role?
I like to be the unselfish player, the unsung hero type guy, and I think with all those guys you mentioned, I've had a great chemistry, and I really enjoy playing with them.
What is it about Adam Oates that allows you to be that unselfish?
Well, I think, you know, even when you're young and you start playing, you develop a style. And my family's from England, and my father was a very good soccer player, and he constantly reminded me of being like a soccer player, which they pass a lot, they don't really score a lot of goals, and be very unselfish. And kind of I just grew into that type of role.
Adam Oates, best playmaker in the game today.
Nu till Pacific Division och Markus.
Nu, han pratar bland annat om svunna tider i Örnsköldsvik och avslöjar att han faktiskt hatat sitt gamla Modo.
Well, let's talk about your season. A season that didn't start off great for you. You spent the beginning of the season in the press box, and now you're one of the league leaders in scoring. Tell me about that evolution.
Yeah, it's been a nice turnaround. Obviously, it was a struggle in the beginning. It was tough, and as the season progressed, I think I've gotten more confidence and just kind of relaxed more, and I think that's important.
Your time in Pittsburgh must have been interesting for you. I mean, here you are, a young guy coming over from Sweden, and you find yourself playing alongside of Mario Lemieux and Jágr. You must have taken a lot away from that experience of playing with guys like that.
For sure. That's, I mean, looking back at it, especially maybe when you're done with your career, being a part of a team with stars like that, it's always a thrill. And I got the chance to play on both those guys' lines too. So it's been nice to be in that situation, to play with all the stars they had, especially after winning the cup. They were loaded with stars, and it was fun, but in another way it was tough because you didn't really get a chance to play it too.
Well, I'm sure there's some kind of a cultural adjustment period that you have to go through growing up and in Sweden, and then, well, in your case, you end up in Pittsburgh. What's that like?
Oh, it was tough. It's anytime you're away from your family, far away like that for the first time, it's a challenge, and it's a new country, new language, and everything. So I was homesick my first year. I had a little bit of a tough time, but you get used to that, and now I feel this feels like home right now.
This year you had the opportunity to play in the NHL All-Star game. It was your first All-Star appearance playing for the World Team. Describe the experience.
Oh, that was another fun thing. I didn't expect it at all, and when I was named to the team, I was real pleased, obviously. And that's another thing, playing with all the good players from the world in a game like that. It's real fun.
You got to play alongside of a guy from your hometown, and that's Peter Forsberg. That had to be a little extra added fun for you?
Yeah, it is. Anytime you get to play with a guy that you've grown up with, it's fun, and it doesn't hurt that it's Peter either, because I think he's one of the best players in the game right now, and I love playing with him.
Now, you grew up with Peter Forsberg and Nicklas Sundström. When you guys were growing up, did you hang out together, play hockey together?
No, Peter and Nicklas played for the team that I joined when I was 15. I played for a smaller team, and I always hated those guys playing. No, not hated, but it was a big rivalry, and we had some good good games against each other.
I guess I could call you Mr. Highlight. I mean, every time I turn my TV on, those goals are always making the highlight reel.
Näslund moving in on his knees with a shot. Shields has it, no, he doesn't.
Now, are those moves that you work at, or are they just kind of flow naturally?
No, it comes naturally. I'm down on my knees a lot because I got bad balance, and I just try to get a shot away.
Just like that, Näslund scores!
Oh man, what a hit! Världens 10 i topplistan.
Probert in for Doug Gilmore with LaRue. To LaRue. Backhander, he scores! Oh, what a goal by LaRue!
LaRue with a good second effort. He has Claude Lemieux all over him, and LaRue just beats him to the punch.
Man, cross for Wilson. Leach is there. Wilson breaks in, he scores! What a move by Landon Wilson!
Right on the stick of Wilson, then what a move. Right there on Leach through the legs, and then the quick shot. Oh, did he ever rifle that one past Mike Richter?
Avalanche get the puck and they'll move in. Adam Deadmarsh cuts for the net, shoots, he scores! Great goal by Adam Deadmarsh with a change of speeds, top shelf.
Thomas into the Philadelphia zone. Just on it.
Great move, Matt Sundin, we had said he's capable of highlight reel goals.
Well, there he delivers one. 1-0 Leafs.
Here's the puck. Here's Hamzus out at center. Nice pass to Young. Gets away from Terrier. Scores! Unbelievable!
And watch Van Beesbrook. He can't believe he just got beat with a one-handed shot.
Sundstrom working to Malhotra. He fakes, he waits. Saved by Hunchak. Oh, he did it again.
That's a spectacular, incredible, fantastic, creative save.
Good job pulling the puck away from Lister. Now it goes to Adams. Makes a fake, cuts in on Murphy. To the board, it's goal! Greg Adams! What a goal! Oh, man! That's hockey. Little head fake there. Oh, boy! Around the other side is Svoboda lining, firing. Save by Kluche! Oh, what a save by Dan Kluche on Vinny Lecavalier!
There he is. Empty net. Oh, look at that. Oh, baby, what a save.
Kovalenko down the far boards. Kovalenko, oh, wide open in front. He scores! What a move by Kovalenko. It's pretty hard to make Patrick Wall look like he's out of position and like he's all twisted up. But Kovalenko did that one.
Moves up, lead pass to Yager, trying to beat the defense. Goes down, he's pulled down, scores, it goes in!
He's able to maintain his balance. He falls down, chips the puck at Hextall, and he whacked at it out of midair. What a goal by Jaromir Jagr. That will go down as one of the great highlight goals of all time for Jaromir, number 68. That might be the most incredible goal that he's ever scored. Unbelievable.
Några utlandsproffs.
Peter Forsberg är en av de största i NHL. Så här beskrivs han bland annat av de andra spelarna.
Complete. 2 words, total package.
One of the best passes in the league.
Vissa, också stora spelare, går ännu längre.
He's a real dominant player out there.
Great person, great player. Great hockey player. Solid.
Själv bryr han sig bara om att vinna.
I always hated to lose, and that's in everything. It's not just in hockey, in every sport, I guess. But I mean, you know, I'm out there to win, and it doesn't matter if you do good personally. If you lose the game, it's you know, it's worth nothing.
En mer komplett lagspelare får man leta efter.
Watch this. Turnover along the boards. Oh, come on. Forsberg, the move, dropped it, Sakic scores! What a setup by Peter Forsberg!
Det som skiljer honom från andra är till stor del målmedvetenheten.
What a hit out, Dave. Oh, man.
He's got a mean streak in him. Plays mean. You know, if you give him a shot, he's going to give you a shot back.
Coming from Europe, players known to be a little bit shy and shy away from the rough stuff, and he doesn't. He mixes it up, and he loves to be in there. And Peter responds, doesn't expect players on the team to answer back for him. He will take care of himself.
So it's a physical game, and you're supposed to use your body out there. And you know, some aspects, you know, it's good to use, but sometimes it's not.
Nya lönen, 248 miljoner på 3 år, visar hans värde i ligan. 11 av 15 coacher skulle välja Forsberg före Lindros.
Peter Forsberg is the most complete player in the NHL today.
Han hyllas som spelare, men hans främsta uppgift är att göra hela Colorado bättre. Lagkamrater, både nuvarande och före detta, kan vittna om det.
If he went into a season thinking I'm going to score 50 goals, he would score 50 goals. He goes in thinking I'm going to get points and I'm going to feed my wingers and I'm going to help the club win games.
He makes everybody around him a better hockey player, you know. And the way he plays, especially if it comes down to important games, playoffs, he always kind of raises his game to another level.
Joe Sakic, Patrick Roy och nu även Theo Fleury finns där, men det är Forsberg som styr Colorado Avalanche. Laget har redan vunnit Northwest Division och nu väntar förstås Stanley Cup.
Now Forsberg fights off a check in front. He scores! Oh, do you believe that? What a play! What a night! What a game! The hat trick for Forsberg.
You got to always want it to be better and better. Most athletes got that, you know. It's just that's what they make them so good. I think, you know, if you look at some individual sports too, yes, they have to be best, and you know, that's something you always got to stretch, and that's what makes you better too, I think.